Okay, so emphasis, you've fairly recently acquired Datalytics. So I guess it'd be nice to know a bit about the thinking behind that in terms of how complementary it is to emphasis and how it helps you with your, I guess, your corporate strategy, maybe particular reference to Europe.
Sure. If you understand us as a company, our focus has always been disrupting traditional operating models with the use of technology. So we're a tech-led market disruptor, very focused on a few industries where we go and we are hyper specialized. And we drive this transformation through a combination of technology capabilities and methods. Just to kind of name a few around next gen data, which is where Datalytics fits in. Experience, DevOps, cybersecurity, infrastructure, and modernization. So within that context, the role of data has become ever increasing, and this really fitted in well in enhancing that data services capability that we take to the market globally today. While the acquisition is, they're a UK-centric or a UK-originated company. They operate in Europe and they operate in Americas. So it kind of fitted in very well when it came to services like data ops, data engineering, data analytics, which we can talk about, in detail as we kind of move forward.
Sure. And in terms of the actual sort of technologies and solutions that Datalytics bring, can you give us a bit of a sort of idea of what they're adding to your existing portfolio?
Yeah, so I think one of the most interesting, they've built an excellent reputation around data ops, specifically on technologies like Talent and Snowflake, and that capability is now fully available on the cloud, so it's a cloud-only capability. Data was always there, or the need for data services and ref data management was always there in the marketplace. It's the adoption of that data capability onto a multi-cloud or a hybrid cloud environment is where it specifically goes in very deep. And aligns with the likes of Microsoft, Databricks, on the Azure side with AWS. So those two specifically, the capabilities, which is deep expertise in Snowflake, deep expertise in Talent, and an ability to provide not only data engineering, but data ops, and analytics, which is really on the insights. So if you look at from a maturity curve perspective, this is really focused on what are the outcomes that you want to drive from your data. One additional capabilities that we really wanted to enhance through the acquisition of Datalytics was their very strong partnership with Snowflake and Talent. They have co-developed data ops on Snowflake, which is a truly market-leading capability, and that kind of differentiates them and us now in our ability to provide that level of data maturity in data services. So look to see more assets come out from emphasis in that space on the back of this acquisition.
In terms, you've referenced the data engineering, I think, and data ops, and then there's master data management. So these are, I guess, a sort of combination of technologies, approaches that are helping people towards their digital transformation journeys. Can you just sort of give us some indication as to why they individually and collectively maybe matter so much at this moment in time to people?
Yeah, I think if you look at, see, the data landscape is ever evolving. The ref data management, whether you look at from a financial services standpoint or other industries, the need for master data management always existed. There was different degree of maturity with which clients were operating their ref data programs from one end, which was barely what's regulatory and what's needed to what can we typically do with a client data or master data management as we look to make certain decisions. So it starts with data engineering, which is where is my data? What's the unity of the data? How do I really build a data lake program or data lakes program? And then moves towards data ops, which is data in motion, where you start to marry that with external data feeds. You start to add trust to that data. You start to create what I would call the golden copy of that data. And then finally, moving towards insights, which is what outcomes, what decisions do we need to make using that data? So what is that we want that data to do for us is finally the end state of the data maturity continuum.
Okay, and with the sort of growth in interest and the development of AI and machine learning, and as you say, we've always had the data. I guess there are more possibilities, and you mentioned that sort of last piece, the actionable insights. I mean, there's no point in just having a vast repository of data just because you want to have some data. It's got to be useful. So it's that turning data into actionable insights is now more and more possible with this AI and machine learning coming on stream. Is that right?
Yeah, I think the characteristics of a next-gen cognitive platform is a combination of three things. It's data, one, the second being the analytics, and the third being AI and ML, which is really extraction of data, bringing the data together, cleansing of data through the use of deep learning and machine learning technologies. Because the quantum of data that we consume today is just 100-fold more than even 10 years ago, and therefore, how do you really bring contextualization and relevant data for the purposes of decision making, which is the analytics, and AI and ML tools have become particularly very effective in sieving through seams of data. Good example being complex legal contracts and terminologies which need to be contextualized. So party in a contract refers to an entity doing business with another entity, but in the English language, a party could really mean going for a social event. So the use of NLP technology in combination with machine learning is essentially driving the ability to consume large data and contextualize it to the use case. So that kind of gives you, it kind of creates a very fascinating combination and collaboration between data itself, the use of technologies, which is the AI ML technologies, and the insights that you want to drive out of it.